Dear Dad. Too much? Sorry, I'll start again. Dear, well, you jerked off into a cup in a fertility clinic in Pennsylvania sometime in the winter of 1992, and that's all I know. That and your eyes are probably blue. Dear donor, then. Not elegant, but it'll do. Let's get coffee, you and I. I'll order it black, you'll order something. And I'll stare at the lines of your cheekbones as we sit, not talking. The silence will stretch as I imagine how you yawn and if your ears pop when you ride airplanes. You will ask me what I do, where I call home, and I will pan the stream of your voice for my own. I will not ask what you do. You are easier as wet clay. I could mold you into an astronaut, a rock star. Hell, you could be Brad Pitt, so I don't want to know if you're a dentist or an accountant. Sorry. The things I want to know, I will not ask. Like, do you eat peanut butter, crunchy or smooth? And on trains, do you sit facing forward or back? And who's better, Eric Clapton or Brian May? And are you one of those people who likes mayonnaise? And do you ever think about me? Did they even tell you I was born? Let's get coffee, you and I, so I can match your face to the Rorschach blots my mind has inked from long nights of staring at mirrors, doing the queasy math of subtracting my mother's features and erasing those I thought were my father's until I am left with a collection of scars, freckles, lips, and eyes, unsure of what they see anymore. Then I collect your face from my fragments, like some drunk Picasso, stitching together features with 2-week thread until I am left with a mannequin who looks like no one. A man akin to no one with probably blue eyes. Truth is, we will never be in this cafe. There will be no black coffee, nor cheekbones. You will only ever be a sculpture of smoke rings, and I will never know for sure even about your eyes, but hey, most days, this is enough. It is easier to work with clay that never dries than to sit opposite a stranger and wonder if you're supposed to call him Dad. So dear whomever, I hope your life is wonderful. I hope you eat your peanut butter crunchy. You know Clapton is better. You hate mayonnaise. And I hope on trains you sit facing forward. But every so often you glance out the window and out of the blur of trees and wind, you sketch a face. I was conceived by a sperm donor, so I know zero zip zilch about my biological dad. It's weird saying the word dad in conjunction with it because he isn't in any kind of social or real feeling way. I'm sure he's a lovely dude, but yeah, so I was conceived by a donor in 1992. So all that I know about this guy is that he was a sperm donor in 1992 in inner city Philadelphia at a clinic there. And beyond that, there's I don't think that I have any legal ability to trace him, nor at this stage in my life do I particularly want to. So after I was born, they decided not to do a DNA test. So they didn't know whether I was my dad's or the donor's, and raised me not knowing and not caring, it seems. My dad has always been my dad. You know, he was around before I was born, and I am obviously his child to him, which is something that I think is pretty amazing. And he said, it's down to you. If you would like, we could take a paternity test. We can see whether or not you are mine. Regardless, you are mine. And what I decided to do is to take the test, because I think for me, not knowing would have been a whole lot more stressful than knowing. It would have become something that I agonized over and put way more mental energy into than I needed to. So took the test, which it's the weirdest thing researching paternity tests on the internet, because most people are not doing them for the reason why I was doing them. But yeah, we all sent in a mouth swab and did all of that. And it's a weird thing because it hasn't changed anything. If anything, it's brought me closer to my dad, because you realize, well, you know, what he ultimately did is raised a child who's not biologically his, but it didn't matter a jot.